would be Sonny Terry's way of modifying the sound a little bit. So you want to learn how to play rhythms on the harmonica. What I've just played for you is called a fox chase. It's basically the foundation of a fox chase. And although I'm an urban blues player, I did begin my career by doing some things like that. So I want to show you, I'm going to assume that you're a bare bones kind of beginner, or else you're somebody who likes this rhythm. Maybe you've played a harmonica for a while, but this is the kind of thing that you've stayed away from. So let me show you what I did. The first thing to do is to talk about how to make a nice sounding chord. So the reason for learning this kind of rhythm is partly to make sure that you can play a really nice sounding chord. So I've got a key of C harmonica. And what I'm going to do, what you need to do, is you need to be able to play the 1, 2, 3 hole draw. Those bottom 3 holes, right? The numbers are right here. Bottom 3 holes, and make them sound together, exactly the same. 1 hole, 2 hole, and 3 hole. In order to do that, you need to have an embouchure that is proportioned correctly. If you don't, it's going to sound like this. That's the sort of train wreck sound that some beginners have when they just don't have the right embouchure. So let's troubleshoot you to take you from to. So obviously, and this is sort of a review if you've seen several other videos of mine where I show you this. The key thing is your lips have to bulge more than most people realize. Like that. So, like that, right? To ventriloquist, I can't say a V without moving my lips. The biggest mistake you can make in trying to get the embouchure would be, I think, to collapse your lips inward. Like that. And then you start drawing too hard and everything flats out. It just sounds terrible and kind of woody. Horrible, really. You're abusing the harmonica if you play it like that. So let's sort of reverse engineer from a nice sound. Now I want you to notice, be aware of one really subtle thing, which is the difference between 1, 2, 3, that 3-note chord, holes 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. It's fine to do it either way. This particular rhythm, actually, it's fine. It sounds slightly different. See if your ear can hear the difference between 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Hear the difference? So start with 3. You can add in 4 a little bit as you go, but mostly it's about the first 3. And getting number 1 is very important. If you don't have number 1, if you have just 2, 3, and 4, or 2 and 3, you miss the anchor that number 1 gives you. So that's really important for this. And remember, the reason to do this rhythm is not just to have the rhythm, but it's to actually work a little bit on making your chords sound good. Okay? So I'm going to do that. Now, interestingly enough, most rhythms in your head probably start on the draw. So when I do a shuffle rhythm, and I'm starting with a downbeat, my foot's going, but it's always anchored by a downbeat on the draw chord, because the 2 hole is your tonic note. It's sort of home base. Interesting enough, with this rhythm, you do a little kick in beforehand. So I call that this is the fa-ta-ta rhythm, if you want to do a fox chase. So you're going to go ta-ta on the roof of your mouth. It's kind of fa-ta. It's not really fa-ta, it's fa-ta. And on that fa, you're puffing the 1, 2, 3 blow. We're talking about blow. You're puffing that chord away from your mouth slightly, away from your lips slightly. And then when you come back to the 1, 2, 3 draw, you're getting a solid embouchure again. So this is, if you don't do that, this is very interesting. If you don't do that, if you don't allow the harp to puff away slightly from your lips on the blow, fa-ta-ta, fa-ta-ta, so it's blow to draw, blow to draw. If you don't let it go away on the blow, it feels sticky. And you're going to notice that there's just too much air in here to get out on that futta. So you have to puff it through the harp and around the harp. And this is one of those subtleties I find that harmonica teachers, sometimes they're really good at showing you, they can play it, and then they tell you what they think is going on, but they don't actually know what they're doing. I'm telling you what I'm really doing. And these are discoveries I had to make because nobody showed me this. This was sort of like figure it out, and this is what works. And that's let me just pause for a moment. A lot of blues harmonica is about troubleshooting things that don't quite feel right or don't quite sound right. So if I teach you well, I'm going to teach you to hear the difference, and then I'm going to teach you to say, well, what are the variables that I could be playing with? And once you get a sense of what they are, and they have a lot to do with embouchure and the harp easing away slightly from your mouth, and also, of course, the adjustments you make inside your mouth when you bend, but there's no bending here. All that's going to help you in the long run. So the rhythm's going to sound like this. Now notice, of course, the hand thing just is helping it, right? It's sort of accentuating, and I hold it several different ways, so don't worry when you see me moving from that way to that way. Several different ways. All of them involve, though, some kind of hand thing happening here. And in this case, so let's not worry about the hand. We're going to add that in. So let's start, let me just play the rhythm, and I'm going to slow it way down, and then you're going to do it, and we're going to speed it up. Again, you want to start slow, but I want to show you how it sounds. Kind of hypnotic, isn't it? Shut up, Gussow. Would be Sonny Terry's way of modifying the sound a little bit. What's Gussow doing inside his mouth? They never show you that. So I'm going when I blow out, and I'm going on the end. Interesting. Now here's a key thing. I'm keeping an absolute equilibrium. In other words, the amount of air that I puff out on futta and the amount that I draw in on it's exactly the same. And it keeps me right here. So I don't, if you notice as you try to do this, we're gonna break it down, but as you try to do this, if you notice that you're bit by bit blowing up like a balloon and you feel like you're starting to choke because you're breathing in too much air in and can't get it out, you need to adjust. Same thing if you feel like you're basically blowing the air out bit by bit by bit, there's like nothing in there and you're gonna die because you got no air, right? So if you get the proper technique, if you get all the variables right, it's like running at high speed, right? I'm a runner. So you got to do some strides. You got to do some stuff at higher speeds, and you got to adjust that thing because your jogging stride is not going to be quite the same as your high speed stride. Same thing here, right? You got to adjust. So let's slow it way down. So I'm going to go futta. Can you do that? And allow the harp to ease away a little bit, maybe your upper lip, allow the air to go out. It doesn't mean the harp moves away from your mouth. The harp stays the same place. You ease your lip up. Look at this. Now you see, they never show you that. The guys who do this stuff, they never show you that. And it's their hands are masking it anyway. So you're trying to do it with no opening here. And it just doesn't sound very good. It sounds forced, right? It feels forced. That's the key. But notice the harp's not sliding away. I misspoke if I said that. It's not, you're not doing that. It's your upper lip, so I misspoke. Your upper lip. Let's slow it way down. So the key thing is in your head, you have to be going and a one, and a one. And the and a is the futta, the blow, so that you feel it anchored into that downbeat after the futta. So let's do that just with no beat, just see how that feels. Can you do it back at me? Let me hear. I'm going to do it. Can you do that twice? Fa-ta-ta, fa-ta-ta. Again, blow to draw. And on draw, on ta, 1, 2, 3, draw, your foot's coming down. You probably can't hear my foot. I'm actually using my heel. Now, normally with a beat, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, futta 1, futta 2. In this case, I don't. It's more of a kind of cut time. It's kind of and a 1, and a 2, and a 1, and a 2, futta-ta. In fact, I don't count at all. I just do it. That makes it very different from almost any other rhythm, certainly any other melody that I do. Okay, I think I've done enough on this to get your foot in the door. Now, what about the hand thing? Where does that come in? Well, first, if you're doing the rhythm, and what I would encourage you to do is find whatever tempo you can maintain, not too fast at first, and then use your mind to adjust each part. Futta, ta, and remember it's draw on ta, blow to draw. Futta's out, draw to in. Can you join with me? Let's do it for a little while. Now it's easy to end up speeding up and slowing down, but especially speeding up. So that's okay with this rhythm. That's the train maybe, or this is a fox chase rhythm. Actually, this is supposed to be the rhythm of the horses galloping after the fox. So another variable would be to sort of foreshorten your mouth a little bit to make that draw chord thin out. Instead of let's talk about the hand thing and then we're done. So the hand opens on the futta. And it gives you a wicka, almost like Johnny Guitar Watson doing wicka, one of those old 70s funk things. I'll tell you, it's actually a little bit tricky to get the whoosh and then the foot down. So actually, hand comes in when the foot goes down. I hold the harp like this. I'm going to do it like this. Now, after you get this going, you can see how fast you can go. I don't know how fast I am. I'm not really that fast these days. Let's see. Let's get this train up to full speed. And by the way, people are clapping like that. This is really a breakdown. Right? People are dancing, doing their... Now there, it's interesting. Instead of going fa-ta-ta, I'm kind of going wicka. I'm losing it. Okay. You get the basic idea. This is a fox chase rhythm. Well, there was one more little thing. I'll show you that next time, okay? Well, that's kind of fun. You want to learn that? It's too advanced. Too advanced. Okay, we'll do that. That's the fox thing. So you take the 3 draw. Actually, so this is what you do. You go. You take that futta with your lips a little bit open, and then you slide to the 3 draw with a little bit of a bend. That's kind of magical, isn't it? Boy, I think I'm getting it back. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. What is that? What is that? Can you hear what I'm doing? I'm doing a version of that futta. I'm focusing a little bit more on 2 and 3 blow. And I'm doing the 3 draw down to the 2 draw. Futta 3-2, futta 3-2, futta. For you, it will start like that. Very subtle stuff. This is tricky, and if you do it too heavily, it's gonna stop you. But I'm finding already, I'm kind of intrigued by the stuff I'm trying to teach you. I'm actually reteaching it to myself. And if you bend it a little bit more and a little more aggressive, it's harder to do, but it starts to sound really cool. Oh, that's so cool. We got to stop right there. My name is Adam Gussow. I'm going to be your harmonica teacher, and we're going to have some fun with this thing. Are you ready? Okay, good. That was a fox chase, and I'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.